Hey, it is Ryan Seacrest. There's something so thrilling about playing Chumba Casino. Maybe it's the simple reminder that with a little luck, anything is possible. ChumbaCasino.com has hundreds of social casino-style games to choose from with new game releases each week. Play for free anytime, anywhere for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability, and versatility built in. Like #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
CEC Turf and Tractor. On the web at cecturfandtractor.com.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, man.
It's the Weedsman Podcast.
I have no idea what's going on.
And now,
you have smoked yourself retarded.
Here are the Weedsmen.
You want to get high?
Welcome to the Weedsman Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron.
It's October.
Welcome back. We're in October now. We just jumped into October.
Rocktober.
We've been off for a couple of weeks, huh? Had no idea.
Right.
I think we might have some lost episodes for the vault.
Or the listeners they got a double dose. They got double weeds.
Yeah, we'll see. I got to do a lot of editing. Yeah, we'll blame it on one of the many outages that have happened recently,
like the Verizon outage.
It was Verizon. Then it was later that day. PlayStation Network was out. Like the whole thing was out for the evening. Couldn't play my Helldivers.
I was affected by neither of these outages.
Not happy with that. My Bank of America, had some problems. I didn't see any direct. I didn't have any use to do any banking during the outage either. Something called Workaday was out today. So I don't know. Is this coincidence? Like, so many of our day-to-day lives now rely on these networks, all these different networks of different sorts. Like, yeah, they're going to go out now and then. Maybe this is just because there's so many more networks that affect our lives.
Or can you imagine?
Is this like
if the East Coast blackout happened now? It would be Mad Max in like 12 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we were. It was what 2004. We were not 2003. We were not all tied to our phones like we were now. Smartphone wasn't even a thing yet.
Yep.
Like we were just starting to text people. Like it was an uncomfortable few days, but we all got through it. Like because the landlines worked.
Yeah, and
now, oh my God! Like
right
in 12 hours, there'd be a fire in the middle of the street out there.
We weren't used to having instant access to news, so being cut off from it it wasn't an issue.
Yeah, and didn't we a lot of us not learn until the next day that it was like widespread? Like we didn't learn until power came back.
Yeah, it was like how long was the power out for? It was like a whole weekend, wasn't it?
How long was the power out in the blackout of 2003?
On August 14th to 28th, the Northeast blackout of 2003, a wide area power failure in the northeastern U.S. and central Canada, affected over 55 million people, 14 days fully restored. This answer is from Wikipedia.
Fully restored. Most places were restored within like 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, I feel it was like 3 days-ish.
Yeah.
It was like a good chunk of a work week.
I remember talking to the work, at least one of the guys that were out in the DTE trucks. And it wasn't even DTE. They were coming from all over the place. They were just like, it was like a total, like, put out the call for anyone who works on power lines to come. You're desperately needed. But yeah, we were just cruising the neighborhood and we went and talked to, on foot, I should say, because there was nothing to do. We had already barbecued everything. We had already drank everything.
We were in the middle of band practice when that shit happened.
Yeah.
So we ended up just partying for like the next few days because, well, guess none of us got to work.
Yeah, it was a good time. Like, I had a lot of fun that weekend. But yeah, I do remember talking to one of the guys in one of the trucks, and I think he was the guy who told us.
I was like 24.
What was going on at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that night we were supposed to have a big show at the Emerald Theater, and we were, like, back in those times, like, we would practice, like, right before a show. Like, we 2 hours before we'd have to, like, start loading our shit. We'd get together, run through our set one more time. So we were in the middle of that.
Yeah, Verizon was down, on Monday, 2 days ago now, I was recording this. And then it was out again today. There was Verizon, T-Mobile, Mint Mobile, which has their network on T-Mobile. It wasn't completely down, but I guess in certain areas, mostly on the East Coast.
I got T-Mobile. I had service all day today.
Yeah. If you're on the East Coast or you're in Texas, it sounds like you were affected. And PlayStation Network they were down with like no explanation. There's still no explanation of what happened. And this is at a time where like Sony has just had their big announcement thing of, their expo or whatever the fuck they call it, where they announce all the cool new games like the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima that I'm very much looking forward to. They've also just, recently announced their PS5 Pro, their $700 top tier gaming console. And to celebrate their, what would it be, 30th anniversary now?
God damn, PlayStation's 30 years old.
Yeah, they're putting out special consoles and controllers that have the original
PS1
gray and dark gray.
I had a PS1.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a PS1 for sure.
It's one of the things I maxed out my first credit card I ever had with.
Yeah, the only one I never had was the 3. I never had a 3, but I had every other one.
Yeah, I never had a 2. I went from 1 to 3, and then I just stopped. So no one knows where this came from?
Yeah.
There's no theories at all? Like maybe?
China. China.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm immediately thinking, honestly.
Like, that's going to be where the next world war is fought, right? It's
yeah.
going to be on the battlefield. It's going to be everything's controlled by computers now and fucking with our shit.
I think these were all test runs for just gucking up every system they can come election day, just to sow chaos.
There was a story in the Adam Carolla show the other. You remember he talked about Navigeddon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was some.
That's where there was like an AI revolt where they would take over GPS.
What was
navigate
the story
everyone
about
into the ocean?
Where certain. Hold on, I got to find it because it was.
All right.
It was basically, I don't know if they stopped working with an AI company, car company stopped working, but the whole thing was, the fear was that our enemies could take over like the personal navigation systems in cars.
Take over the whole car. I mean, look at this fucking Tesla thing with this evil oligarch in Russia that had bought a Cybertruck and mounted a machine gun to it, and they disabled his vehicle remotely. He now has a 4,000-pound paperweight with a machine gun attached to it. Now I'm telling you, there's going to be shenanigans on election day. There's going to be systems going down that people will be like.
But anyways, I think it was, some car companies are going to stop working with a certain AI manufacturer because they have ties to China, and fears are they could take, like what we just talked about. So it's just another thing for the Ace Man to just talk about. I was just bullshitting. And looks like this shit is a legitimate fear now.
I don't know. I mean, we're just talking. There's been no evidence. It's just a lot of systems going down, within close proximity. Nobody is specifically saying that China or anybody specifically is responsible for it. It could all just be coincidence. And I don't we had this, we put a pause on 5G rollout because of that. Like, all this technology was Chinese. And they were like, well, if we roll out all this 5G, then China has a backdoor into all of our phones, all of our...
That's how they gave us
everything.
COVID, remember?
Right, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, does China, lust for control? I don't doubt it. But they also have to have... It's like if you break it down to if China were a company, right? If we're just talking about a Chinese company selling technology... Can they do stuff to spy on us? Can they do stuff? They introduce stuff into the technology, into the software that could cause harm, that could data mine? Yes, they could. But they also, their main goal is to sell technology. So that kind of puts a damper on selling your technology when everyone finds out that you're spying on them, that you're stealing information, whatever it is. And on the bigger picture, that is China's business. They are supplying technology to the world.
Well,
affordable technology of all different sorts. So, poisoning your own cereal isn't great for General Mills. But if they could accomplish something specific, or even just non-specific, I don't know, like sowing chaos isn't specific, but...
Just fucking with us because they can?
To... greater destabilize the country that's been seen as the world leader for how many generations now? Yeah, that would be a purpose.
Back-to-back World War champs.
And I don't know if it would stop anybody from, buying their next television or car or whatever from China.
They'd whip our ass in a war. They're far more organized and disciplined and just numerous.
Well, they don't have, if they'd whip our ass in a World War I style war, but anything after that, I think we just got them on technology, on war technology.
But don't they make the technology and then we buy it from them?
They make the chips.
Yeah,
those don't do much on their own. Yeah, a lot of chaos lately. Huh? It doesn't portend well. A lot of war going on. The fucking hurricane taking out North Carolina.
And the good part of North Carolina too.
By the
western,
yeah,
on the border with Tennessee.
No,
Smoky Mountains.
A lot of celebrity deaths too.
Oh yeah,
one after another.
The triangle was Pete Rose, Dikembe Mutombo, and Chris Christopherson.
Dikembe Mutombo?
Yes. Apparently, he could not swat cancer too soon.
Yeah, I did not know about Dikembe. Actually,
I wasn't brain cancer.
I was thinking of a different trilogy. Chris Christopherson, Pete Rose, and what the fuck was his name? He played
that Broadway actor guy, that Gavin whatever.
No, it was black actor. He was in, wasn't he? He was in Coming to America.
Well, James Earl Jones died a while ago.
Yeah,
Arsenio and Eddie.
I think he was the guy who owned the restaurant.
Oh, the dad on Good Times, John Amos.
Yes,
he died.
Am I wrong?
I thought he was already dead. He would be in that category.
Yeah, John Amos, cremated after 9 days. He died. He died August 21st.
Man, my Google newsfeed is racist. I did not get that celebrity death. You gave me some honky from Broadway I never heard of, but you're not going to tell me about the dad from Good Times and the owner of McDowell's?
That's what it was. I was trying to remember the name of the restaurant, the fake McDonald's. The death certificate lists Amos's son, Kelly Christopher Amos, a.k.a. KC, as the informant, meaning he's the one who informed the county of his dad's death. Man, you can't be putting that on people's... You're putting on the record that he's an informant? That doesn't look right. According to the document, there was no autopsy performed.
So maybe my man was sick, didn't publicize it.
Yeah.
Also, wasn't he 90-something? Dude was in his 40s 50 years ago.
John's daughter Shannon claims she did not know her dad died until yesterday when Casey announced his dad had died. And this article is from This article's from today.
How old was he?
I don't know.
Said he was in his 40s like 50 years ago.
So there was no funeral then? Like, he was cremated within 9 days. His daughter found out over a month later. There's bad blood between Casey and Shannon after she accused her brother of elder abuse.
Do we have reaction from J.J.
It would appear a fight over John's estate may be looming. So there is an estate. So it sounds like this Casey, his son, was like taking advantage of him, maybe.
Oh, whew. I killed JJ. I thought for some reason he was dead. I was like, do we have Jimmy Walker's reaction on the situation? And I thought he was dead. No. JJ's alive and well. He's 77 years old.
Congestive heart failure. And how old was he?
Ha! John, he was 84. He was 7 years older than JJ and was playing his dad.
Oh, really?
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour, or the boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. Basically, DSW has all the styles that show off the many sides of you, from daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all, in really great shoes, of course. And your style can't be defined by just one pair. Lucky for you, DSW has tons of options, so you can turn any mood into a whole look. Find the latest shoes and must-own trends for everything you do, from the brands you love, like Nike, UGG, Birkenstock, Adidas, Steve Madden, and more. Oh, and they just so happen to be the perfect price. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store and always at DSW.com.
The adult version of Kunta Kinte?
Yeah, he was on that Roots cast list.
He was on the Mary Tyler Moore Show? I don't remember seeing him.
Like her black
The
friend.
West Wing. He was a Denver Bronco. I didn't know he played football.
Neither did I.
In 64, signed a free agent contract with the Broncos. Unable to run the 40-yard dash because of a pulled hamstring. This is from Wikipedia. It was released on the second day of training camp. Oh, so he did not survive long. He then played with the Canton Bullfrogs and Joliet Explorers of the United Football League. What's that? Who ever heard of these leagues? Continental Football League, the Atlantic Coast Football League. I think they're making this up. Does football really have like minor leagues like baseball does?
Yeah, it's called the NCAA.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But no.
Anytime you need a payment? Is that what the lyric is?
Oh boy, we're going to do this. Alright. So, yeah. Anytime you need a payment.
What does that mean?
Anytime you need a friend. Easy credit rip-offs.
Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Hanging in a chow line.
That is the disputed lyric right there. It's hanging in a chow line.
No, she's just hanging in a jiving.
No, it's hanging in a chow line.
I don't believe it. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's where I first knew John Amos from. Reruns when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Good times.
What about Chris Christopherson?
I mean, I just know him. He was in a lot of my grandpa's cowboy movies.
Yeah, I always knew him as an actor.
But I guess, too, he originated well, I guess didn't originate because it's been remade like 4 times. But he was in the 70s remake of Star is Born with Streisand, and he played the role Bradley Cooper plays that everybody knows now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his most famous role. Yeah, I guess he did start off as a as a singer-songwriter. He was 88, a Rhodes Scholar with a deft writing style, according to the AP. What does it mean to be a Rhodes Scholar? Does that mean you graduated from somewhere specifically, or you have like...
No, isn't it a scholarship that's given out wasn't Bill Clinton one?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I've never known what it meant.
What is a Rhodes Scholar?
Here's some info about Rhodes Scholarship.
Our new guest host.
The Rhodes Scholarship is an international postgraduate award for students to study at the University of Oxford in Oxford, United Kingdom.
Ah, okay. So it's not only that you're an Oxford graduate, it's that you got a special scholarship for it.
We're going to give you money to go here.
Yeah. Died in his Maui home.
Hell yeah. I feel if you have a Maui home and you're not from Hawaii, you win. You won. You died in Maui.
Yeah.
The end.
Christopherson died peacefully, surrounded by his family. No cause was given. Well, what do they suspect? Foul play?
He's 178 years old.
No, he's 88. There's I think it was the Dana Gould joke. He said something about my mother passed away last night at 90 years old. And he says to a friend, and the friend says, "What happened?" And he just takes a beat, looks at them dumbfoundedly, and says, "Her parachute didn't open."
Dana Gould made a joke that I made. I should say I heard him today on Adam Carolla. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
It's South Park's joke, but he was talking about Jimmy Carter just turned 100. And he was like...
Did he?
Yeah, he's like, when you get to that... He just said the same thing. He's like, he wonders, like, when you get to that age and you open your eyes first thing, are you just like, oh, another one?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I think so. I think that's the gift. Is that,
like, you get north of 90, you just got to be like, oh, come on. Like, all right, I guess we'll do another one of these. Another 24.
Yeah.
But then, but also, we're throwing these stones comfortably from 45 years away. You might get there and be like, no, man, I think it's great. I'm 90 years old and I'm still fucking alive. Hell yeah.
I'm sure it's both true.
Yeah.
I think on your final day, you wake up and you go, oh, God, another one. And then when you die, if you're conscious during that, your final thought is too soon, right? Mm-hmm. But already, I think it's just how we're built.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Christopherson, I know him from he was in the Blade movies. He was Blade's mentor.
Oh, yeah. He definitely had the market cornered on grizzled old veteran type.
Yeah. That was his typecast in his later part of his career. He was known for supporting another artist in what he deemed a time of need. After Sinead O'Connor did her first live performance, after ripping up a picture of Pope on national television on her SNL performance, she was, it was a Bob Dylan concert. I think they were doing like a tribute concert to Bob Dylan at Madison Square Garden. And when she came out, she was booed by the audience. And she just stood there with her head bowed, kind of like, I'm not sure what the message was other than maybe I'm just going to wait for you guys to finish and then I'll perform. right? Mm-hmm. Treat them, I mean, it's like a bunch of children. Like, okay, get it out of your system, and then I'll do my song, which will have nothing to do with the Pope.
But you also have to figure, if you're her, you kind of reap what you sow, and at some point, if you'd like your career to continue, you're going to have to, some point, like, just do what she did. Just go up there, take the fucking metaphorical rocks being thrown at you for a couple weeks, and then just get back to making music.
Right. So, Chris Christopherson had introduced her. I don't know if he was like...
Like, I feel if you rip up the picture of the Pope, you're not expecting everyone to be like, oh, hey, cool!
Yeah,
like you're expecting a reaction.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it would be more unnerving to her if, like, everyone just went on like business was normal. Like, I just ripped up a picture of the Pope and nobody said shit. That would be weird. Especially for the time. I think nowadays people would just be like, who's that?
Oh, no, I think some people would... Because the internet exists, right? Some people would still have their panties in a bunch and their voice would be amplified.
Well, right, but the Venn diagram wouldn't touch, right? There would be one group of people looking at the picture of the Pope going, who's that? And then another group of people looking at a picture of Sinead O'Connor going, who's that? Or Olivia Rodrigo or whoever the fuck.
Correct. I'll agree with you. The culture was a little more
intertwined.
Integrated.
Yes. Yeah. It's more segmented now.
Years ago, yeah. It is so weird calling the 90s 30 years ago. But it is what it is, right? Math is math.
Yeah. So, Chris Christopherson, while she was being booed and standing there, got up and came to her side and whispered something into her ear, which...
Fuck the Pope.
Yeah. Do you know what he said?
What did he say?
I thought everybody knew this, but he said, "Don't let the bastards get you down."
That seems apt for Chris Christopherson. Seems like something he would say.
Well, I think isn't that a song lyric?
I mean, I think it's something I've heard Les Claypool say a million times. But he just loves the word bastards. He has a song called "Here Come the Bastards."
Yes, I love that song.
Oh,
here they come.
do.
Yeah, he was quoting his own song to her. She was probably like, what a douche.
Yeah, so is that cool?
And I get, so Sinead had written about this in her memoir, and she remembers it a little bit differently because, where's the quote from? Oh, to which she said, "I'm not down." I guess that was a reply. Or maybe I don't have it in here. I was reading somewhere that basically what she said in her memoir was, yeah, thanks. I don't need a man to come out here and defend me. I'm doing fine.
Well, fuck you then. That's what
well, she was handling it the way she wanted to, right? She wasn't standing there crying. She wasn't bewildered at the audience's response. She was just standing there waiting for them to finish so she could sing her song.
Another human being saw you in a shitty situation and offered you support.
Yeah. Now, I'm with you on that. Like, you gotta judge on intention, and I don't think that, his intention was to promote his single to a single to one person. I think it wasn't like, "Don't let the bastards get you down." You can get that on a single right now on the B side. Yeah. It's got a Johnny Cash cover that I like a lot. You might want to try. Anyways, I was just thinking about that. Why are these people booing you?
Yeah, right.
What's going on here? You think you tore up a picture of the Pope or something?
She always seemed like a prickly character anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think she set the template for, a certain type of woman that we liked in the 90s. The badass, self-assured woman. The take no shit woman. And Pete Rose, I was surprised to find that he was only 83. I thought he would have been a lot older than that.
See, now I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I'm like, damn, he was 83? Like, he played until, like, the late 80s.
Yeah.
So I guess, you're going to do the math, but...
So he was...
I think he was, like, the last player manager.
The whole... Yeah, that's why... Like, he was still playing and managing?
Oh, yeah.
When that whole scandal, the gambling scandal went down? Because in my memory, he was a manager, but I guess he was both.
I think when that went down, he had shifted into just managing. But like when I came online with baseball when I was a kid, he was a player manager.
Yeah. Oh, he was like the player from that era.
I think he is still the all-time hits leader in baseball still.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll put him in the Hall of Fame because now motherfucker gambling sponsors the fucking
I know.
And he bet on his own team. I mean, we can get into that conversation because you manage differently, you make different decisions, even if you bet on your own team. But still,
I don't get
he
like
bet on his own team,
right? Like,
so what?
If he bet against his team, you could say like he could do things to trip him up or something like that. That's like
no, but still, you're making this. You are going to make different decisions,
no doubt. When your money's on the line in that fashion,
like if you bet on your team and you're winning, right? You're going to make different pitching and hitting decisions to just hold on to the lead so you win.
Yeah, yeah. You might just be trying to cover a spread or something, right?
Right, like the longest yard, right? What's the big scandal that he gets kicked out of the league for? He was point shaving.
Oh, I don't know. I never saw it.
Yeah,
was that was the Burt Reynolds one, right?
Yeah, I like the Adam Sandler one myself. Burt Reynolds was in it. He just played a different character. He played the old coach.
Wait a minute. Adam Sandler remade The Longest Yard?
Like fucking 20 years old.
I didn't know that.
Let me read you the cast list. It's actually quite good. Terry Crews is in it.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys you don't give a fuck about are in it because they're football players.
Right.
Nellie's in it. Hold on. Stone Cold Steve Austin is in it. He's the racist prison guard. Chris Rock's in it. William Fichtner's in it.
Wow, he didn't come clean until 2004.
Oh, what's his nuts in it? Due to one Academy Award for That'll Do Pig. Cromwell. He's warden.
James Cromwell?
Yeah. So it's actually got there's a ton of wrestlers in it. There's a ton of football players in it. It's good.
I'll have to check it out.
I mean,
it is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Now trending? Fall. And DSW's here with all the obsession-worthy shoe trends you need in your closet. Feeling fierce? DSW's got bold snake print boots and a retro sneaker with animal print details. Going for demure? Kitten heels are the eye-catching yet walkable heel all over your feet and all over DSW. From edgy moto boots to sweetly simple ballet flats, find the must-own shoe trends of the season right now at your DSW store or DSW.com.
You can. I'm not worried about you, but I guess it's as good as it can be working from the source material.
Yeah.
It's not like the greatest but I mean, if you like football and you like comedy, it's a good movie. Said Burt Reynolds is in it. He said instead of playing Adam Sandler's playing the original Burt Reynolds role, Burt Reynolds now playing the coach.
Yeah.
The guy whoever was in the original.
It was banned. Pete Rose was banned from baseball in '89 and denied the allegations until coming clean in 2004. We knew the whole time. I don't know.
I think he's being railroaded, especially now that gambling sponsors the league and half the damn teams. Come on.
But you still
let Charlie hustle in.
There's still restrictions against that, isn't there? I mean, just because it's legal doesn't mean that you can
absolutely. But no, the whole reason he's banned from the Hall of Fame is because he gambled. It was considered such a sin.
Yeah.
Back when he got caught, and now everybody fucking now gambling sponsors the league. Let him in. Let Pete Rose in. He's fucking dead now. Let him in. And again, he bet on his own team. Like, if you bet against his team, I'd be like,
Did you hear about the Taylor Swift guitar that was purchased and destroyed?
Yeah, dude bought it and smashed it?
Yeah.
Why? Just to be like, just say he did it? Is this a rich person with his money to burn?
It's a big show, yeah. He had $4,000 and wanted to smash a Taylor Swift guitar. I just love the outrage over it because, this was reported by a lot of people as as Taylor Swift's possessive guitar, right? Like, this is what I had read about it before I saw pictures of the guitar. People were saying Taylor Swift's possessive guitar.
Let me guess, it was like a Taylor Swift model of
they showed, I saw the footage of the guy destroying the guitar. He's holding up a guitar that has Taylor Swift picture airbrushed on it, and it says Taylor Swift in pink letters, and it's like a montage. And you think she would fucking play this thing? This is some cheap ass guitar that they slap some Taylor Swift stuff on it so that girls would want to play it.
Yeah.
And it's not, I can guarantee you it's not even an official. There is no official Taylor Swift guitar that I know of. I'm sure there's been some licensed stuff out there.
And this is one of those stories, I bitch about this every few months, that makes me go, okay, so is everybody poor or not? This guy's just got $4,000 to just buy a guitar and smash it?
Yeah, he's not. Okay, who is this guy? Unidentified man is seen taking a small hammer to the guitar after he allegedly bought it at a charity auction for $4,000. So this is for charity, right? He wanted the tax write-off, and why not? I'll get to smash up a guitar. Although, I have a feeling they told him that he couldn't just smash the thing on the ground. Wouldn't that be the best way to do it? But he took a hammer to it and destroyed the face of it, and that was about it.
Yeah,
I was waiting for him to just swing it over his head.
Watch some
Pete
footage
Townsend.
of some bands, my man. Yes, smash it on the ground.
Yeah, haven't you ever seen Garth Brooks? He takes two of them together and smashes them.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that for that ad seemed to run incessantly back in the day, and I think it was for a televised Garth Brooks concert event.
Probably, yeah.
And yeah, him and some other guy on stage, they run at each other with acoustic guitars and smash them together.
Hey, he's still out there killing it because now the nostalgia's come around for him.
Yeah.
He's got a Vegas residency and shit.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's doing commercials with the Manning brothers. Now it's 30 years later, and he's riding the nostalgia for him. Looks the same.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's 30 years older. Everything's not gray. It's crazy. Fellas, can we all admit, when you dye the facial hair, it looks fucking dyed. It looks like your shit is painted on.
Just roll with it.
Yeah. Come on, man. We all get old.
The motives for the man who smashed the guitar are unclear. He was smart. I think it was for yucks.
This clearly reeks of just to say I fucking did it.
I think it speaks for itself, right? The guy destroyed a guitar in front of everyone. He didn't do it secretly. He didn't take it home and burn it. He made a big show about it.
Fuck this guitar.
The whole crowd there laughed and cheered. They all understood it. I don't think anybody in that building turned to somebody else and said, "Why'd he do that?"
What'd you do?
Because he loves Taylor Swift. He loves her so much that he couldn't bear the thought of anybody else having that guitar. Oh, also, the guitar is up on eBay for $4,100.
The smash guitar?
The smashed guitar, yes.
He's trying to make $100?
Yeah.
Listen, I
mean, that's where I think that's where he's starting the bid.
I increased the value by destroying it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this could be great. I think that I think he should have given it to another charity to auction off, and somebody who loved Taylor Swift would want to pay thousands of dollars to have it restored. That's how it should, and it should just go back and forth that way, right?
It should.
Yeah, donate it to some organization where a bunch of people who, a bunch of liberal cucks are going to show up and they love Taylor Swift, and then you donate it back to another organization. You fix it, and then you donate it to an organization where a bunch of rednecks are going to show up, and they'll destroy it.
Paint a picture of Travis on there, too, and then smash them both.
Okay. Also, this could be directly related to the fact that Taylor Swift, has announced that she is going to be voting for Kamala Harris. And now Donald Trump has said...
Who cares?
As of September 15th, he said, I hate Taylor Swift.
I said, look at how much I hate Taylor. Look at how much I hate her.
Do you know how, I don't even know. I'm asking it like I know the answer to this, but I know that there were tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not more than that. There were so many people that registered to vote after Taylor Swift announced who she was voting for. So
the number couldn't be that big because I didn't see 100 stories about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't significant, but I'm guessing if it shattered some kind of record, it would have been in the news cycle for at least 12 to 36.
I want to see if I can find this. Okay, here you go. How it's affecting the election. Why it matters. The pop star's massive reach, 283 million Instagram followers, directly drove about 338,000 visits in 15 hours to the federal voter registration vote.gov site.
It was,
so
people just looked it up.
Yeah, this could just be, you're right. That number could have been going there to register. It could have been going to confirm that they are registered. I mean, look, even if it was just, if the result of her announcement was getting people to double check that they're registered before the date, that's positive right there.
I'm just suspicious of this entire election.
I think that's just elections now.
Right.
That we're not. We're beyond being satisfied with any results.
There's been a lot of funny business from everybody.
I don't know what's going on with The Simpsons. Did you hear about their final episode of season 36?
Yeah, but it's also like their premiere. There's been a lot of what is this?
It was, right, so they set it up like it was the final episode. There was a whole spiel. Conan O'Brien came out as host to talk about his experience working on the show, very meta. And I guess this was a show that was written by AI. I don't understand that part of it. Yeah,
someone just put into ChatGPT, write me a finale for The Simpsons.
I don't know.
Do I still have ChatGPT?
Yeah, he introduces original cuts he claimed to be from old episodes, spoofing shows like Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Succession, rather than actually concluding Marge and Homer's story. Oh, this was a season 36 premiere. I thought it was that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why would the premiere episode was the last one?
People are like, oh, it was a mistake. No, I just think it's The Simpsons just fucking with people.
The season 36 premiere, quote, imagined what the perfect ending of The Simpsons would look like as written by AI. So I know they've been out of ideas for a while, but Principal Skinner retires, Moe closes his bar, Mr. Burns dies, and Bart turns 11.
It's a long-ass 10. Bart should be pushing 50.
Yeah, he should be older than Homer.
No, actually, no. Bart should be my age right now. Bart Simpson and I were the same age. Simpsons came out in 89, right? We were the same age in 1989.
Yeah. So, but I guess it was all a dream or something. Bart is still 10 years old. Moe's is still open, etc.
Just
I don't
end
know.
it.
I have a feeling that the AI thing was a joke, too. I don't think that AI actually wrote it. And that's not what they're saying. They didn't say that AI wrote the whole episode. But I think what they're jokingly saying is they asked AI, how would The Simpsons end if it ended? And I don't know. Maybe it's true.
Can they kill Family Guy while we're at it?
Is that still going?
Yeah, somehow. I checked out like 14 years ago, around 2010. No. Any comedy, any long-running show, when they start repeating jokes, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Did it with Family Guy, did it with Archer.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched some of the most recent Futurama season. So they have a whole season 12 of episodes out. And they were all right. But there was definitely obviously Bender's got a lot of catchphrases and a lot of repeated jokes as a character, but they were just straight up repeating Bender jokes, not even reference to the fact that he's said that before.
A show like Scrubs. I love Scrubs. There's 9 seasons, but seasons people try to pretend season 9 doesn't exist because they tried to reboot the show.
I'm Victoria Cash. Thanks for calling the Lucky Land Hotline. If you feel like you do the same thing every day, press 1. If you're ready to have some serious fun for the chance to redeem some serious prizes, press 2. We heard you loud and clear. So go to LuckyLandSlots.com right now and play over 100 social casino-style games for free. Get lucky today at LuckyLandSlots.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you. From daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or DSW.com.
With younger kids and call it med school, whatever. But the last, season 7 and 8 are regarded as not that great because they were doing that. They were starting to repeat jokes. The writers are like, oh my God, we didn't think we were going to get this many seasons. Shit. One of those kind of situations. There's one, there's an actress in that series they joke with now. They killed her off in season 6 because the guy makes Bill Lawrence, the guy who's Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah.
What's the new one with Zach Braff in it? The monkey one.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
He does Shrinking. But
Shrinking's great.
But he apologized to her because because he came back for season 7. She's like, what the hell? He was like, I really thought that was the last season. That's why I killed off your character. but they brought her back as a lookalike. Pretty much the same character. Yeah, just the joke now was that she looked like the nurse who died. And that was the joke for her character for the next couple seasons.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it was totally awkward. But yeah, shows repeating jokes. No bueno.
Yeah, it's weird how certain shows, it's maybe because there has been so much change in the landscape, but they're just afraid to let go of them. But yet most shows struggle to just, they'll have a 6-episode season 1 and they're like, gosh, I'm really hoping that people watch this so we can come back for another 6 episodes.
Like Bob's Burgers. They're on season 15. Ugh.
Something about animated shows,
half
too.
Half of them are good, half of them aren't. They started trying to become a musical for a few seasons.
Yeah?
Where you're like, what the fuck is this?
They were singing a lot?
Yeah.
I can't.
About season 6 it started.
No.
The edginess went away and then, around season 10, they started getting edgy again a little more. And basically said, I feel like they hired new writers. And then the last season, to me, is borderline unwatchable because it's one of those shows that's starting to the phrase I believe we used on the show a few times is starting to smell of its own farts. So there's a lot of episodes that are trying to be art projects and stuff where it's oh my God, you're a fucking comedy show. Remember 14 years ago?
Yeah, I think, I was thinking about the Futurama episodes.
You win some Peabodys and you start getting all uppity.
The new episodes feel like old Futurama, but there's just something missing. And I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but then I realized there's usually a whole extra joke here, right? So it's not that the jokes are different. It's that
are they leaning into like they're using the joke again? Because I could see
they're not doing that, but and they're not recycling a bunch of stuff. It's just there's a lot of Bender antics that you're like, okay, we've been here before with him. But for like Farnsworth, he makes a joke. Oh, they have a bunch of books that they need to get rid of. The library floods, and they're like, well, nobody reads these things anyway. Nobody's checked out a book in, however many years. And so they've got them loaded on the ship, all these soggy books. And Amy's like, can't we just dump these stupid things in the ocean? And Professor Farnsworth is like, no, the government outlawed dumping in the ocean last year. That's the whole joke, right? The joke is that it was only last year, 100 years in the future, and only, 99 years it takes them more to outlaw dumping in the ocean. Okay. That's a perfectly fine Futurama joke. But usually that part of the joke is tucked into a real joke where I don't know,
I get where you're going. Usually it's like, here's the punchline with a little preachy chaser, and now it's it's all preach. There's no chaser, it's all preach.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because it's always been in there. Futurama has always been commenting on our present from the future. That is the thesis of the show. That and lampooning science fiction.
Let's just be honest. These people that are writing these things now are like at least 10 to 15 years younger than us, and they don't fucking understand nuance. We're like 2 generations in that, there's no nuance. All the language is hyperbole, and it's an all or nothing attitude. They got to hit you over the head with it. You can't, slyly get their point. They're just there with, they're writing it in red and then highlighting it with a fucking highlighter.
Yeah.
It's
not clever anymore.
It's not buried.
I watched Wolves on Apple Plus.
Oh, and that the payroll in that, they better hope people watch that show. That show's payroll's got to be huge. It's Clooney and Pitt, right?
Well,
why don't you just call it Ocean's 13, the TV show?
I don't think it was that big. I bet because it's not like a huge movie. It's kind of small in its cast.
Oh, it's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a series.
Yeah. No, it's a movie. It's a regular feature, regular movie.
I thought Clooney and Pitt were like, it's come to this. We're doing TV.
No, this is very much... Well, I think this is actually Apple pivoting because they were going really strong right out of the gate. They produced Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and there was some other really big movie that they did. And just expecting to win all the awards. And, Killers of the Flower Moon won some awards. Napoleon wasn't as great as everyone thought it would be. But it certainly hasn't been because part of their strategy, they're not doing these movies for yes, they do come out on the streaming services, but these movies have been in the theaters. And
shouldn't it be called Wolves?
Yes. We'll get back to that. I get how Apple, what they're thinking as a studio, they're get a Martin Scorsese movie, right?
Right.
Put it in the theaters. How can you go wrong? And
got your boy Leroy Cappuccino in it.
Yeah. So, but it's not turning a profit for them, certainly. And I don't know that their streaming service is even turning a profit. So I think we're going to see more movies like Wolves, where they'll get some big names, but I have a feeling that they didn't get paid their top of their salary for this movie because it seems like it was like a passion project. Wolves, which is WOLFS, not wolves, the proper plural, is about 2 guys who are both they're fixers. They're like Ray Donovan, rich people, connected people get into trouble, and they're the guy that shows up and
they're Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction.
Yes, that's exactly what they are. And they're both described as lone wolves, and circumstances bring them together. I think that's why the wolves, it's like not a proper, like wolves, I don't know, you'd think you see two wolves, you refer to them as plural, like they're obvious.
Hey, it is Ryan Seacrest. There's something so thrilling about playing Chumba Casino. Maybe it's the simple reminder that with a little luck, anything is possible. ChumbaCasino.com has hundreds of social casino-style games to choose from with new game releases each week. Play for free anytime, anywhere for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Now trending? Fall. And DSW's here with all the obsession-worthy shoe trends you need in your closet. Feeling fierce? DSW's got bold snake print boots and a retro sneaker with animal print details. Going for demure? Kitten heels are the eye-catching yet walkable heel all over your feet and all over DSW. From edgy moto boots to sweetly simple ballet flats, find the must-own shoe trends of the season right now at your DSW store or DSW.com.
In the same pack, but to separate lone wolf, I can't. You understand where I'm going with it?
Yes.
And I don't know this for a fact. This isn't anything I read. It's just from watching the movie and then realizing, oh, it's spelled different. Oh, it's probably why. It's to differentiate from they're not like a traditional pair of wolves. They're two independent wolves that happen to be together.
Yes.
But the movie is really, it's a modern version of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, if you've ever seen that movie.
I have not.
It's kind of the postmodern Western. It's Western in theme, but it's really just a buddy movie and just an adventure. And at its core, it's not even really about the adventure. It's about the relationship between the two guys. And that's what this movie is about. It's it's mostly about, and in very fun ways. I mean, there's like car chases and lots of hitting and lots of guns and all this stuff. It's all in there. But the main meat of this movie is about how guys relate to each other. These are both guys that they're not interested in working with somebody else or having new friends or anything like that. And they kind of have to, obviously, in working together, learn to trust each other. So there is a friendship of sorts that blossoms between these two guys. And and most of it is just about I don't know how to describe it really, but there's just ways in which they reveal themselves to one another in the ways that they choose to be vulnerable. That's interesting. And much like I was saying about The Substance, was very much a woman's movie. Not that guys shouldn't or watch it or anything, but it's so much about the perspective from that sex that's just built into the movie. This is very much a guy's movie. I think a lot of women will find it very fun. I mean, it's got, two guys that are, still very sexy. Still very fun to watch, still very charismatic.
Two guys they're not saying no to.
But the movie's really about male friendships.
Oh.
It's not...
Guy love. Another Scrub reference.
There's kind of a twist to it, as to what the circumstances were that actually brought these guys together. It wasn't as innocent as they thought it was. It wasn't just random. But when they start getting into the details of it, it literally gets paved over. They're talking over each other and not even in full sentences as they're putting it together. And if you're really following the plot, you could pick it apart and go, I see what's going on. But what they're telling you with that scene is, it doesn't matter, right? There's people out to get them who they are. Everybody. Who cares? It doesn't matter. That's not what we're focusing on in this movie. So I thought it was really enjoyable. it was kind of a roller coaster ride in that maybe I was expecting the movie to be something else. So I was kind of thrown by the fact that every other character was like completely two-dimensional. You know, there's a younger kid, I'm not even sure if he's an adult or still a teenager, but he gets involved in like this whole thing, and they have to kind of babysit him through most of this movie. And he's just a caricature. He's just an idiot. Like he could have been a dog as far as the script was concerned, if the dog could speak. Like, he had to have lines, but he just does things. And you're like, why is he doing this? Why would he be doing that? Maybe it was purposeful. Maybe every other character was left, two-dimensional because you weren't meant to focus on that. You weren't meant to focus on, why does this kid have, 4 kilos of cocaine anyway? Would he really get involved in this? It doesn't matter, right? Again, it's not about the plot. But it's fun. Like, that's not to say that it doesn't have a resolution or anything. As an action movie, as a buddy movie, it has all the resolution that you would expect from that. But it's just a movie that is trying to gently tell you, don't get bogged down in the details. You're not watching The Wire.
Right.
There's not a subplot in here that you need to figure out in order to enjoy this.
Then I might like it. I hate that shit.
Everything is on the surface for this movie. There's no subtext.
Here, I'm Gen X.
And it's very
Here
smart
I am
in that
now.
way.
Entertain me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really entertaining. I mean, they were both at their height of being, they're the character type that they've been known for now. The smarmy, charming, older guy thing. So, yeah, that's my recommendation for the week.
All right.
Watch Wolves.
Cool. I don't have Apple Plus. I just canceled a whole bunch of shit today.
Did you?
Yeah. Canceled Paramount Plus because I haven't opened it in like a year plus. I canceled Audible because I haven't used it in like over a year.
I was going to get me a Paramount Plus to watch that new Tulsa King season.
And this is a biggie. I paused my Amazon Prime membership.
Ooh.
I don't order from Amazon.
I get Amazon like a couple times a year. I'll get a 1-month subscription. I'll watch the new season of The Boys, and I'll order a bunch of shit, and then I'll kill it.
Yeah, I don't order from Amazon. I don't watch. The only reason they have it for me really would be Thursday Night Football. I don't really watch it because it's a dumping ground for shitty matchups.
Oh,
and
yeah?
if I'm watching it at this point, I'm watching it with my friends, and I'm not here. So I'm like, why am I wasting for Amazon? Amazon Prime, my ex-wife wanted it because she ordered Amazon all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I don't order Amazon. I've ordered like one thing off of Amazon in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this for? I don't use Amazon Music. Like...
Oh, no, yeah, their music service sucks.
Yeah.
It's useless. And not great. For somebody who Amazon Web Services is what so many companies and services use to stream their content. Why does stuff that Amazon streams look so shitty? Like, their video service is one of the worst as far as quality.
I don't know.
So, anyway, let's wrap it up for this week.
All right, wrap this up. Like, I wrapped up my Amazon subscription. At the Weisman420 on social media, ChristopherMedia.net is where you go to get all of the shows, every single freaking one of them. There's a PayPal button there, too, if you'd like to help us out with a little bit of the ducats. And anywhere you can rate or review us, please do.
Yeah, help us game the system.
Yeah.
I guess, subscribing, certainly, and I've been hearing from a lot of podcasts that setting up automatic downloads helps them.
Because, that's how it works. And I'd like to point out, we have outlasted so many podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, is Serial still even a thing?
No.
Exactly. We're still fucking here. Help us out, rate us, and review us. Please and thank you. And stay high.
Stay high.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you, from daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or DSW.com.